Well, we tried to start Albert's car. I didn't record it, and we still had bad luck.
Yeah, epic fail. So pretty much what's going on is we're not getting any signal from either the front or the rear cam sensor. I've checked the wiring. I've checked the polarity of the wiring. Swapped out the sensors with known good sensors that came off of a running car, and
A running Mark IV.
and I put my oscilloscope on the sensors, and I'm still getting nothing from the sensors. So only thing that leaves left is for me to pull the valve cover and see if there's a mechanical issue with being the air gap is too large, or for whatever reason the cam is not, let's say God forbid the cam is busted and the back half of the cam is not spinning, and that's why we're getting no signal. So fingers crossed that it's, you know, not worst case scenario and something like that, and it's just like, okay, manufacturing defect on the cam and the air gap's too big. So yeah,
One step at a time.
I'm gonna get this pulled off, and we'll figure out why it's not getting this cam signal. Let me bump the starter real quick. So I'm trying to get that tooth to line up with the tip of that sensor. You see how it's off just a hair? I'm gonna bump the starter just a hair.
Oh, you should be good.
Yep, that's why it's not reading. Son of a bitch. How the fuck are we gonna fix that?
Can you put different cams in it, or are these cams built for this engine specifically?
They're BC cams.
What's the issue? The cams are too big?
No, the
They
air
don't-
gap is too big.
And yeah, so
The
is
sensor's
that
not-
machine work, or is
I
that
don't
cam
know.
work? Or is that like the cams came the wrong size?
I don't know.
Okay.
I have to call BC.
Do we have a part number on them? Come here. Come here, little woofer. Cams are here. Right, Edgar. Why don't you tell him?
All right, so unfortunately we have to swap the cams out on Albert's Supra. I guess there was a mix-up in part numbers or something when the engine was put together, and ended up with a set of GE cams in the GTE engine. And although they physically fit, the issue you'll have is you won't get any cam sync, because the tooth for the cam trigger, the air gap ends up like a half an inch, because, you know, since a GE is a distributor car, they don't have a cam sensor, so they don't fully make the provision for the tooth as for a cam sensor. So long story short, when we tried to do the first start, we had no synchronization, no cam sensor signal. Did a bunch of electrical tests, tested the cam sensors, swapped out the cam sensors, and it pretty much boiled down to either the air gap was too big or we have a snapped cam. So we pulled the valve covers, found out that the air gap was like a half an inch, way too big, and also found out that I had GE cams. So long story short, we got a set of GTE cams from Titan Motorsports. We have their 272 cam, and we're gonna get them swapped out and hopefully have this thing fired up today.
Yay.
Yay. That'll be the last Supra that we have to push around.
This is the only one left that you haven't been able to get running. And then we honestly would have gotten it running sooner, but
Yeah, unfortunately there was a mishap in shipping, and the first batch of cams that we got sent out, the intake cam was snapped in half.
Yes.
Of course, the one that we need. A replacement intake cam just arrived today, in one piece, thankfully, and we'll finally get them swapped out, and fingers crossed, get this thing fired up and running today.
Yeah, there's nothing on the ground, so I'm assuming that's just...
Yeah, just...
Now this wheel, on the other hand, doesn't look like that much, but it just started coming out at the end when you were... Ugh, yeah, the whole bottom of the freaking engine.
Front main seal.
That's what you think it is, front main seal?
I'm like 90% sure.
Where can you spot exactly where it's leaking
I have to
from?
pull the balancer off and the front timing cover off and
Because
all the timing stuff.
Oh, come on.
Yep. I might as well. I'll do the pulleys, do that leak, this fucking plastic shroud all in one shot because I literally have to take apart the whole front.
Okay.
Alright, so we're getting ready to change, swap out the pulleys on Albert's Supra. We got the Powerhouse Racing polished pulley set, and we're also gonna repair a small oil leak from the front main seal while we're in there, and change out his cooling fan shroud as his old one is cracked.
John did a great job with the exhaust. I guess we're gonna address, we have a small little coolant leak.
We pressure tested it before we started it in the past, but I guess with the expansion and heat is when the leak showed.
Now we're gonna also do what, a boost leak check to make sure.
Yeah, well that comes before the dyno.
Yeah.
Which we're not even close to there yet.
We're not that close. We're not that far, but we're not that close.
I have to wire up the second fuel pump so that one gets staged. I have to plumb the boost controller and wire that up. And just, small ins and out here and there.
Double, triple checking.
Yeah.
Yeah, still breaking the engine in too.
Yep.
But yeah, so wish us luck.
Getting her done. Get these new pulleys on.
Oh yeah.
There's the water pump. Off the power steering pump. The idler, and then the AC compressor cap. And that's it.
Let's see, we can see the Powerhouse polished pulley set here a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks so nice. And where's his cover for?
I haven't put it on yet.
His is covered though completely, right? It's the turd, right?
Yep.